Enzo Maresca is set to take on one of the biggest jobs in world football as he prepares to replace Pep Guardiola at Manchester City next season. After years of dominance under Guardiola, Maresca now faces the challenge of continuing the club's incredible success while also putting his own tactical ideas into the team. Having previously worked under Guardiola's coaching setup, Maresca's footballing ideas share many similarities to City's current style, built around possession, positional control, and intelligent movement. However, the Italian manager also brings his own tactical nuances, with a strong emphasis on structured build-up play, fluid rotation, and vertical attacking sequences. The goal for Maresca will be to evolve Manchester City without losing the core principles that have made them one of the most dominant sides in modern football. The formation that Enzo Maresca will likely deploy Manchester City in is a 4-2-3-1 structure, which is similar to the systems he previously used at Chelsea and Leicester. In possession, the shape becomes asymmetric, while still maintaining a strong balance and control across the pitch. The build-up structure often forms a back three, with the two centre-halves holding central positions, while the right back tucks inside alongside them to support progression from deep. On the opposite side, the left back inverts into central midfield areas to help overload the midfield and aid in possession sequences. The double pivot operates with staggered positioning, where one midfielder can advance higher up the pitch, while the other remains deeper to dictate play and control the rhythm through central spaces. Out wide, the attacking structures differ on each flank, as the left side will likely feature a more traditional touchline winger stretching the pitch, while the right winger has greater freedom to drift inside and combine with the midfield, opening space for the overlapping runs down the right corridor. The number 10 will frequently drop into deeper pockets to connect play, combine through tight spaces, and help link the different phases of possession together. Leading the line, the striker will not only act as the focal point of the attack through hold-up and combinations, but will also provide vertical threat with runs in behind the opposition defenses. The tactical preset for Manchester City under Enzo Maresca will likely revolve around a wing play focused approach. Maresca wants the side using the flanks to generate overloads, stretch the pitch horizontally, and create more space for combinations through the middle. The wide areas are key to chance creation, with underlapping fullbacks, touchline wingers, and interior rotations helping City progress the ball into dangerous positions. At the same time, the side will look to exploit central spaces with through balls, quick passing combinations, and coordinated movements between the attacking midfielders and the striker. Maresca's positional ideas are heavily based around control, rotations, and manipulation of opposition pressing structures. The team will look to dominate possession while constantly creating numerical advantages across different zones of the pitch. The midfielders and fullbacks will likely rotate positions fluidly, helping City sustain pressure and open up passing lanes. Vertical progression will remain an important feature as well, with quick combinations and forward runs used to destabilize compact defensive blocks. The build-up style will likely be set to a balanced approach, allowing City to patiently construct attacks from the back through coordinated passing sequences. The goalkeeper will play a major role in distributing possession into the defensive line, with the team often shaping into a 3-2 structure during the first phase. From there, City can progress through the lines with short passing combinations, while making use of the extra central players to overload the midfield areas and control possession. However, the side can also be more direct when opportunities open up. Maresca's teams are capable of using longer vertical passes into the striker or wide runners to bypass pressure and accelerate attacks higher up the field. The physicality and link-up play of the striker can become an outlet during these moments, allowing City to move quickly into attacking positions. The centre-backs and deeper midfielders will also be encouraged to break lines with progressive passes and switches of play to manipulate defensive structures. The off-the-ball approach will likely be set to a high press, with Maresca demanding intensity and aggression out of possession. The forwards will initiate the press high up the pitch, attempting to force rush decisions and cut off passing lanes during the opposition's build-up. Behind them, the midfielders will step forward aggressively to compress central spaces, win second balls, and sustain pressure in advanced areas. The defensive line will hold a high position to keep the team compact and support the pressing structure. At times, City could also look to shift into a more controlled mid-block, condensing central spaces and forcing opponents into wider areas. In this shape, the team will remain compact and disciplined, with players staying connected between the lines while looking to regain possession through interceptions, passing traps, and aggressive defensive duels before quickly transitioning back into attack. Gianluigi Donnarumma will likely be the number one goalkeeper for Manchester City under Enzo Maresca, and he'll operate in the balanced goalkeeper role. The Italian is capable of distributing possession from the back while under little pressure, and he can help City establish their attacking platform from the deeper areas on the pitch through composed passing into defenders and midfielders. When needed, Donnarumma can also relieve pressure with longer passes forward, allowing the side to bypass opposition pressing structures and transition high up the field quickly. However, his biggest strengths remain his shot-stopping abilities and physical presence. The Italian uses his size, reach, and reflexes to make important saves, while his command of the penalty area gives the defense an added layer of security. The back four for Manchester City could consist of Ryan Aitanori, Josko Gvardiol, Mark Guehi, and Mateus Nunes. Aitanori would likely operate as a balanced false back, allowing him to drift into central spaces to support the midfield overloads that are key to Maresca's tactical setup. His technical quality and movement would help City sustain passing sequences through the middle, while he could also become a dangerous attacking outlet in the final third by arriving in the box and supporting attacks around the penalty area. During build-up phases, he would frequently look to combine with the wing on the left side to help progress possession and create overloads. Gvardiol would be deployed as a support wide back, moving into the left channel to cover for the movement of Aitonori when the fullback inverts into midfield. The Croatian defender would be important in maintaining balance across the back line, while still progressing the ball effectively down the left side through carries, switches of play, and line-breaking passes. His athleticism and composure would allow him to defend the wide spaces aggressively, while still contributing heavily to City's possession structure. As for Guehi, he would likely take up the defensive ball-playing defender role, holding his central positioning out of possession, and helping organize the defensive structure through the middle. In possession, he would play an important role in circulating the ball during the deeper build-up phases, using composed passing to progress the ball through the lines, or spread possession into the wider areas. His ability to play accurate longer passes would help City switch play quickly and manipulate defensive shapes. On the right side, Nunez would take on a major role change by operating as a balanced fullback. Rather than constantly attacking high up the pitch, he would play a more measured role within the build-up structure, often helping form a back three and supporting progression from deeper spaces. From these positions, he could move wide on the right to create passing angles and support possession, while still having the freedom to attack open corridors on occasion and contribute with forward runs and chance creation when space opens up. The pivot pairing for Manchester City under Enzo Maresca would likely consist of Tijani Reinders and Rodri, with both players taking on similar responsibilities but differing in their positioning and movement patterns. Reinders would operate as a deep-lying playmaker with a roaming focus, giving him the freedom to drift across midfield and influence multiple phases of play. He would be heavily involved in progressing possession through carries, line-breaking passes, and intelligent movements into open spaces. The Dutch midfielder could drop deeper to support the build-up, before advancing higher into central or half-space areas to combine with attacking players and sustain pressure around the box. His technical quality and composure on the ball would make him key to connecting the midfield and attack, while his movement would help create overloads and passing angles throughout the pitch. Rodri, on the other hand, would continue in his familiar role as a deep-lying playmaker with a defensive focus, as he would act as the anchor of the midfield and the stabilizing force within Maresca's structure. He would largely hold central positioning to protect the back line, dictate rhythm of possession, and recycle the ball effectively through the midfield. In build-up phases, Rodri would frequently drop deeper to support the defensive line and help City progress through pressure with calm passing and intelligent positioning. Defensively, he would remain vital in breaking up opposition attacks, controlling central spaces, and winning second balls, while also being capable of stepping forward to launch attacks with accurate progressive passes through the lines. The attacking trio of Jeremy Doku, Phil Foden, and Ryan Cherki would provide creativity, technical quality, and attacking unpredictability for Manchester City. Doku would likely operate as a balanced winger and act as the main width provider on the left side. His pace and dribbling ability would allow him to isolate defenders in one-on-one situations, while stretching the pitch horizontally to create central space for teammates. From wider positions, he could drive aggressively at defenders, deliver crosses and cutbacks into the box, and attack space in behind the defensive line. His directness and explosiveness would make him a major transitional threat, while his movements inside at times would allow him to become a scoring threat in advanced areas. Foden could take on the role of a build-up playmaker, allowing him to drop deep into pockets of space and help connect the different phases of possession. He would be heavily involved in circulating the ball through the midfield and combining in tighter central areas, while his movements and technical quality would help City progress attacks through quick passing sequences. In and around the final third, Foden would remain one of the team's key creative and scoring threats, capable of producing chances through intricate combinations, incisive passes, and intelligent runs into dangerous spaces around the box. Cherki would likely operate as a build-up wide playmaker, effectively functioning as a false winger on the right side. This role would give him the freedom to drift inside and connect play centrally, combining closely with the other midfielders and attacking players to create overloads and orchestrate attacking moves. He could also move wider when needed to help facilitate progression down the flank and open up space for the overlapping or underlapping runs around him. Cherki's creativity, close control, and flair would make him a constant chance creator, while his unpredictability and dribbling ability would allow him to break defensive structures and create openings through both passing and ball carrying. Leading the line for the team under Enzo Maresca would be Erling Haaland, who would operate as an advanced forward with a support focus. Haaland would constantly stretch the opposition backlines with aggressive runs in behind, attacking open spaces, and giving City a direct vertical threat whenever opportunities arise. His movements inside the box would remain a huge weapon, allowing him to attack crosses, cutbacks, and through balls with deadly efficiency. However, in this role, he would be encouraged to drop deeper at times to connect play, hold up possession, and combine with the attacking midfielders and wingers around him. His physicality would make him a major outlet for longer passes when City want to bypass pressure, while his ability to lay the ball off quickly would sustain attacking momentum in advanced areas. The striker's presence would also create space for runners around him, as defenders are often forced to collapse centrally to deal with his movement and strength. Alongside his finishing ability, his work rate and intelligent positioning would make him the focal point of City's attacking play under Enzo Maresca. With several big names expected to leave Manchester City alongside Pep Guardiola, the club are likely to enter a major transitional period under Maresca. Alongside new signings, City also have important players returning from loan spells who could naturally fit into the Italians' tactical structure and positional style of play. One area that could see immediate improvements is right back, with Gavairo Reed and Denzel Dumfries both being linked. Their athleticism, physicality, and ability to operate both centrally and out wide would make them ideal fits in the hybrid right back role. Dumfries would offer powerful forward runs, defensive aggression, and aerial strength, while Reed would provide technical quality, mobility, and long-term development upside. upside. Manchester City are also expected to target additional depth and quality in midfield, with links to Elliot Anderson, Sandro Tonali, Hugo Larsson, Lamine Camara, and Pablo Barrios. Anderson could provide energy, pressing intensity, and ball carrying ability through the midfield, while Tonali would bring control, defensive aggression, and elite passing range to help dictate games. Larsson offers composure, physicality, and intelligent positioning from deeper areas, whereas Camara would provide mobility, defensive coverage, and strong transitional play. Barrios, meanwhile, would add technical quality, positional intelligence, and verticality across the midfield, making him a strong fit for Maresca's possession-heavy structure. In the attacking areas, one of the main wide players being linked to the club is Magnus Akliush, whose creativity, dribbling ability, and technical quality could suit the fluid attacking rotations Maresca demands. City are also heavily linked with a move for Eli Jr. Krupi from Bournemouth, as the Frenchman's versatility provides an intriguing option, as he can play both as a striker and even in the number 10 role, offering intelligent movement, creativity, and goal-scoring threats across multiple attacking positions. And there we go, guys. That is how I'd predict Enzo Maresca could possibly come into Manchester City and set up the team for next season. Of course, if you have enjoyed this video, please don't forget to smash that like button down below, as well as subscribe to the channel if you are new and you like the content on it. I was going to make this into a YouTube short, but I decided maybe not, because I would also like to add in a few of the transfer suggestions that could come into the team and also help effectively replace some of the players who are leaving, like a Bernardo Silva, like a John Stones, and so on. So there's all that to also think about and play with going into next season for Manchester City. So of course, if you are looking for any extra content, please be sure to check out the Patreon. The link for that will be down below in the description. I make things like retro tactics, tactics extensions, niche sort of tactics as well. And of course, I do have a major following already over on Patreon, so a big shout out to all of you guys who are over there on that platform and do support me for the extra content that I do provide on a weekly basis. It's absolutely insane that I've got a good amount of people formulating a community over on Patreon, I should say. So a big shout out to all of you guys. And if you're also looking for footballing chats and conversations, we also have a very nice community over on Discord. So the link for that will also be down below in the description. Go ahead, click on it, join up with the Discord chats. We talk about football, we talk about FC, we talk about FM as well sometimes on the odd occasion. So we talk about all that other stuff over on there if you're looking for that sort of thing. So yes, anyways, until the next time, until the next one, I hope you guys have a smashing goddamn day, and I'm out of here. Peace.